So quite often I share when I'm maybe in it, right in it. But I just had this awareness expansion, whatever it was, and I want to document it because it's not just about the painful moments. There's duality in all of it. And what it was the experience of literally creating everything around me, in my experience, to receive the learning and the teaching that this journey is bringing. And so it wasn't even like you're a star seed, you're a light worker, you're a this, you're a that. It is literally consciousness creating scenarios for you to have the specific experience that is being manifested. Now, I've conceptually understood this, and I've even had experience of awareness, but never to this degree. And this past 6 weeks has been really, really difficult because before it started, my guidance said, before you can be the teacher, you first must be the student, right? So I kind of knew some sort of a learning period was coming. I just didn't know how many teachings were going to be in it, like how deep it was going to be and how much of it, like how difficult it was going to feel, painful. But the awareness I received from it is far beyond anything that I could have ever imagined. So basically, I don't know if you can relate to other people been going through this stuff, that there was a lot of energy in there, or a lot of beliefs that I held about basically my priorities being all sorts of out of whack. There was a realization that nothing that I did was ever really for me, and not, to some people they might see that as, yeah, you've done stuff for you, you've taken time for you. But it was like my priorities were out of whack, where it wasn't about the family and it wasn't about bringing myself joy. It was trying to make someone else happy, or keep the peace, or like make someone proud. And I'm sure lots of us can relate on different levels, because it wasn't like I had parents that were really on me about, doing the right thing or whatever. But it came down to the visual of my father leaving, and me feeling like it was my fault. And then I had to sort of keep everyone happy around me, because otherwise they would leave. And so, it seems so black and white now, but it's all the experience that's been created for me to come to this realization. And, and then I said in the video yesterday, it was like standing in a field and I could see how, I got surgery to keep someone happy, like breast augmentation, which I'm now dealing with the consequences of. But it was all meant to be the way it was for this teaching and the learning experience that I'm having, this just human experience that I'm having. And so, yeah, it took me into quite the depths of crazy shit, really. But then there was a lot of like this, it's really hard to say, but it's like feeling like I shouldn't be a mother, or like, because they'd be better off without me. There was loads of that. And that sort of like coming through so many different realizations in that. And it's just comes down to worthiness, and that I feel like I'm fucking it up. Like I feel like I'm fucking up my kid's life. I'm going to screw it up, just like my life was. One wrong turn, and I'm just going to, when we start to become aware of all the dangers in the world, it's like, the chemicals and like the chemtrails and all the chemicals that we're using on our skin and we're breathing in, and the smoking and the drinking and but it's now even gone past that to like how I act is actually going to affect them mentally, and then we're going into this whole other realm of just like this fear of like, I'm going to fuck it up. And it was probably 2 months ago where I had this constant like, you can't fuck it up, you can't fuck it up. It was just like my guidance just kept saying it, because often it speaks in the way I speak. So that's the sentence I kept getting. And this realization and this expansion this morning. Yeah? Hang on a second. Yeah, so this awareness expansion is literally like you are being provided with the experience that you need to overcome some sort of turmoil or some sort of learning within you. And what happens along this path is that there's so many people at so many different levels and so many different places that if we're learning from a teaching, we, say it's non-duality, and it's like there is no self, there is no one doing anything, there is no one here. Well, yes, that was a part of my awareness this morning. However, it was, to conceptualize it is one thing, but to actually experience what that means is something completely different. And I feel like when I was trying to hold on to the teaching of no self, non-duality, in the way that I was conceptualizing it, it sort of made me, it's like a bypassing kind of, which we all need to go through because that too is an experience, like a bypassing kind of closing yourself off to feeling anything, because there's nobody here feeling anything, right? But the way it expanded this morning was like, we are literally a thought, or just like a piece of consciousness, just this like speck that is having the experience of this whole universe, of this everything, to basically allow ourselves to go on this journey of discovery and like exploration of like magic and how mammoth everything is, and how just there's just no words really. And so it's not so much that there's no me, because technically there isn't, but it's like you need to be you to get to realizing that what you really are, and you are that. And it is you experiencing yourself as totality, as the absolute. But you're kind of like being like, I wonder what I can do. And then so you create all of this and you're like, whoa. And when you get to the point where you're like, holy crap, look what I did. Like, how magic is that? But sorry, there's noisy trucks outside. But it's the journey of getting there. And I feel like the biggest thing that I learned over this past deep dive for 6 weeks was you need to be where you're at. It's no, I need to fix it, I need to change it, I need to control it, I need to be better, I need to be happier, I need to not feel like this, I need to change it, I need someone to fix it. I literally sat in it in complete awareness of what is happening, trying when I remembered, when I could, to not identify as much as I could, witness it and not try to change it. And, it was so beautiful, because then I was reflected through friends of mine who were like, oh, you need to raise your vibration, you need to do this, you need to do that. The beauty of this is we all need to go through it, and allowing ourselves to experience it with just that little bit of wiggle room of, I'm going to be okay. This is just where I am right now. And it gets scary. But knowing that it's all part of this bigger growth and this bigger learning and this bigger experience of you unlocking every key to the magnificence that you are. And it's been a really painful way to find out. But I wanted to make this video because it's not the last time. And I want to be able to come back, and I want to be able to see how much my heart is full of joy at the conclusion of just this little chapter. And I mean, even if it's for 5 hours, because it used to be like you're good for a couple of months. Now it's like a day. So I hope if you take anything, or if you need anything right now, it's that you're okay to be where you are. And yes, it fucking hurts and it's painful. But allowing ourselves to just back off ourselves and just be like, you're falling apart right now. The whole world is crumbling around you. And just come back to the heartbeat and just be like, yeah, scream, run, do whatever you need to do whatever you need to do. But just know, everything ends. Everything ends. Except this brilliant journey that we're on of everlasting consciousness. Okay, talk soon, bye.